Well, welcome everybody to Greater Life, Greater Impact. So excited to see you all here. I'm still putting people into the class, so pardon me for just one second. Today we're talking about healing your broken heart, and we have a special guest who is prepared to come and share some healing tools with you. But before we get into that, I'm Janet Thurgood. I'm a quantum healing practitioner and a soul self restoration coach. And what I do is I help take people to the uncharted waters of who they are for healing, for restoration, and for spiritual awakening. So we have tons of new faces on here. We get lots of new faces every single week. And so if you're new to our classes, welcome. I hope that you come back week after week. We do record these and you can watch the replays over on my YouTube channel, which is Greater Life, Greater Impact. You can find me over there. You can also find me on Facebook and reach out to me privately if you'd like help with, one-on-one mentoring, because that's also what I do. So in talking about the healing the broken heart, have you guys ever experienced, I'm sure nobody has, but have you ever experienced a time in your life where you felt wounding in your heart from shaming, shunning, people abandoning you, abusing you, harming you, wronging you? Have you ever felt that? Have you ever experienced it? I think most of us come here to life to experience that so that we can overcome. But we're going to be talking about some of that stuff today. I have a special guest with us today. Her name is Cherise Johnson. She's also a healer, very gifted theta healer, and has tons of tools in her tool belt. And so I'm really excited to get to share her with you guys today. And we'll turn the bulk of the class over to Cherise to kind of walk you through some things that she's been having on her mind and her heart in regards to healing the broken heart on our journey to sovereignty. And so before we get into that, I just want to share a little personal experience. When we get into relationships, it's really easy sometimes to bruise one another and to hurt each other and to feel the wounding of another person not loving us as much as we would like them to love us or see us or hear us, or, whatever it is that you're feeling, whether you're feeling betrayed, abused, shunned, shamed, hurt. That's what relationship does for us, is it gives us that opportunity to stretch and be pushed and to grow into what love is by experiencing what it isn't. And so I remember a time in my past where I've told this story before, where I was hurt, deeply wounded by an argument that I was in. And I went into my room, broke away from the conversation, went into my room, and I was crying and feeling so hurt in my heart. Like literally, I could feel the pain and the wounding. And it felt like someone was stabbing me in the heart with a dagger. And in that moment, as I became more reflective and pondered on it and became a little bit more self-aware, I realized I am holding the dagger. I was the one inflicting these wounds on my heart through all of the not enoughness that was coming up in that experience. And so just some things to ponder and think about. I think that as we come through our own dark night of the soul experiences in our relationships and in our outer world, I think it's vital for us to learn how to find our way back to self-love, because it's in that self-love that we can then, as a collective bunch of humans, healed humans, step into higher levels of godly love. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the time over to Cherise. Go ahead. You can go ahead and just introduce what you're going to talk about and what you're going to share today. And I'm going to unpin myself and give you the floor.
Thank you. Yeah, I have noticed this throughout my healing journey that if we don't heal our hearts, we don't always heal. It's kind of an essential, like a groundwork for the healing process. So throughout my own journey, this is just what I've noticed. There isn't anything written in stone that says you have to heal your heart to be able to move forward. But if I don't, I for some reason I can't move forward in my journey. So that's why I think it's so important. So I'm going to just start. When I was in high school, I loved art class. Art class was one of my favorite classes to be in, and I had this amazing teacher, and she taught us all sorts of different mediums. One of my very favorite mediums was pottery. I loved to get my hands dirty. I loved to feel that smooth clay in my hands. It just felt so good. There were some techniques that you had to learn with pottery, but essentially the main, the most important one was that you had to take your lump of clay, you get it all nice and smooth, and then you had to throw it in the center of your pottery wheel. And it had to be in the exact center. If it wasn't, as the wheel was spinning and you were creating your beautiful creation with your hands and, you know, pulling it up and doing all the fun things with it, if it was not in the center, it would flop over and it would eventually just wouldn't work. So I learned a very important lesson during my pottery classes, was that we had to be firmly placed in the center. So if you reflect on this, well, I could see the importance of being centered in Jesus Christ, or being centered with your Creator. Having that as your center. Then and only then can we become the clay in His hands. So most things are created, and they also have the potential to be broken. So in the Japanese culture, they believe that this is not a bad thing. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of the art of kintsugi. If you have, great, it's quite cool. It dates back to the 13th century, and it's the art of repairing broken vessels. But it's not just repairing broken vessels, it is strengthening and beautifying the cracks. So the word kin, it's K-I-N. Kin means to join, and then tsugi is T-S-U-G-I, which means with gold. So kintsugi is embracing the imperfect. Instead of trying to cover up the flaws, kintsugi is used to beautify it. The pieces of the broken treasure are picked up and glued together with a very special lacquer. Once the lacquer is dried enough, it is brushed with gold and allowed to dry completely. The pottery is thus transformed into a very special object, which can be used and preserved for a very long time. The broken structure then becomes a symbol of fragility, strength, and beauty. The glue traditionally used to put the pieces together it's called lacquer. And this lacquer is produced from the sap of an indigenous tree in Japan. But it's very precious, and it's kind of rare. So because the tree will be cut off after they extract about a cup of sap from it, the tree dies. And so this tree gives its life to glue the pieces of this pottery back together. The tree gives its life to allow the broken vessel to be mended. Once again, we see the symbolism in the great and eternal sacrifice of our God, of Jesus Christ, the lifeblood, the atoning blood that was shed for us, is what we are going to use to heal our hearts today. So even if you don't have a belief in Jesus Christ or in God, that's totally fine. We are still going to tap into that same energy and use it to heal. It's okay. Everybody comes from different walks of life. So you don't have to believe everything that I believe some people get very triggered by God and Jesus Christ because of what religion has done. And that's totally fine. If you believe in the universe, if you believe in the Great Spirit, if you just have a belief in a higher power, that is enough. That is enough. That's all you need. So I'm going to walk us through a healing today. Is there any questions that anybody has about this? I'm not an expert on kintsugi, but I just thought it was so interesting, the metaphor and how they use the gold to mend the cracks and to make them stronger and make them beautiful.
Cherise, I'm going to just add really quick. I love that metaphor too. And I think that that's why we're all here. I think that we're here it's all about love. It is all about love. And so if you're going to learn what the highest levels of non-limited love actually are, we're going to be broken to pieces and shattered and pushed to the outer edges of what love isn't, so that we can then rise above and ascend and step into what it actually is. And so thank you for sharing that. I love that metaphor. It's really good.
Absolutely. And on the road to, this is your sovereignty series. We've been talking about sovereignty this whole year. And I don't know about you, but on my journey to sovereignty, which I've been on it for a while, it's a hard road. And you have to sometimes go through the dark night of the soul. And there's so many hurts that come with that, and rejections, and pain. And it hurts the heart. It can break a heart. So all of us need some form of healing balm when it comes to our hearts. I can't see the comments because I'm using my phone. Do you see any comments, Janet?
Yeah. So Angela's just commenting on this metaphor that you just shared. She said, yes, we saw this when we lived in Japan. It's beautiful pieces, cherished by the families, imperfections, but perfect.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Imperfect. And that's how I think we are all supposed to. I think some people get very caught up in becoming perfect, and there really is no such thing. We cannot become perfect in our human form, but through the metaphorical art of kintsugi, we can actually do that. We can become beautiful and perfect through the healing balm. Any other comments or any questions?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, cool. So we're just going to jump right into it because healing is fun. I mean, it's hard. The fact that everybody is here. How many people we have here today? We have 30 people. Holy shout. Okay. So 30 people, that means, y'all are here for a reason. It's not easy doing your inner work, and you gotta put on your big girl pants and your big boy pants to be able to do it. So it's thank you for showing up and being here. So just so you know, it is not me that is doing the healing. I'm just the witness. So I use the theta brainwave to facilitate my healings, and it works very, very well for me. But it's not me that does the healing. It is the Creator, Jesus Christ, God, whatever you want to call oneness. It really doesn't matter. So when I say the words, I'm going to use the term creator of all that is. I'm going to speak what I say in my mind most of the time when I have clients. But essentially it is the creator of all that is. So if that triggers you, if you can't handle me saying that, then you put whatever word in that you want. Just substitute words in, okay? But first thing that I learned from Janet is that we must clean our space. So we're going to cleanse it. This is one of my favorite things to do because it works so good. And it's really quick. We're going to just clean it from any energies or any sources that might be in your area, close to you, attached to you, that might not be there for your highest and best. So don't think too deeply into it. It's really not that hard. We're just gonna cleanse it. So everybody just take some deep breaths in. And I'm just gonna make the command, creator of all that is, it is commanded that if there are any energies that are here in my space or in any of the participants' spaces that is not there for the highest and best of them, it is commanded that they be honored and released and sent to God's light. And so just show me. Okay, so now we're going to cleanse our vessels. We're going to ask that, so just keep breathing, and I'm just going to do this for you just because it goes quicker. You can do it too. It's just close your eyes and just envision, just see what comes into your mind. Okay, so that's actually where the healing takes place, is in your mind, when you can see things happen. Sometimes we don't always understand it, and that's okay. We don't have to. We're humans. There's no way we can understand everything. So just keep breathing. And I'm going to ask that any cords, ties, threads, connections, chains, anything that is holding you or binding you, any and each and every individual participant that is here today and those in the future, we're going to ask that those cords, chains, threads, connections be honored, pulled, released, and sent to God's light. And so it is done. Show me. And now I'm just going to witness the healing on your chakras. So we're just going to ask, and I want you to witness this as well too. So we're going to ask that the creator of all that is, let's bring unconditional love and light. So just witness a beautiful ball of iridescent light coming to each of your chakras. So we're going to start it at your feet. And we're going to bring the light to the chakra, which is just an energy center. And we're just going to watch that. Watch that heal, and watch that energy learn how to spin in the highest and best for you. And then the energy usually flows up. We're going to go up to the chakra in between the knees. And just watch it spin. And as it is healed and as it spins and moves in the highest and best for you, the energy flows up. We're going to go to your root chakra. Just watch that light, that beautiful ball of light come into your chakra and heal it. Allow it to spin in the highest and best for you. And it's going to go up to the next chakra. And same thing, allowing that energy to come. And then moving up to the solar plexus. It's going to, same thing, the beautiful ball of light, energy. It moves, it is real, it is alive. And it's going to heal and allow your chakra to spin in the highest and best for you. And then moving up to the heart chakra. Same thing, light. And let's just allow the creator of all that is to show us that we are safe to heal, that we are safe to allow the healing in our hearts to take place. Thank you. And so just show me. There we go. And we'll allow that heart chakra to spin in the highest and best with us. And then we're going to move up to our throat chakra. Light to come in. So that chakra. And then it's going up to the crown or to the third eye chakra. Light. Come and allow that chakra to heal. Allow it to open up. And we're just going to ask if there's any Anything that is holding us back from seeing, whether it's holding our intuition back, third eye, that's going to be removed. Release it to God's. Allow us to be able to see clear. Now we're going to move up to the crown chakra. This is your connection to God. This is how you connect or to your maker, your creator, the energy, the universe, oneness. This is a lot of times where our inspiration comes from. When we pray, we open up our crown chakra. Just feel it open. Take a deep breath in. I'm going to watch light go into your crowns. Show you how to spin in the eyes and screen. To be able to receive information, to catch the revelations coming to you on a daily basis. Okay. How's everybody feel? Could you feel it? If you can't, it is okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Some healers are empaths. Some people are not empaths, and that's okay. You did. Empaths just usually feel a lot. They feel a lot of what is going on. And if you're not an empath, it's beautiful. It's actually a good thing. So if you don't feel, it's okay. Any questions, comments, or concern before we move on? No? Okay, so we're gonna, if you're not already centered from that exercise, we're gonna get centered again. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, hold on, there's a comment there.
Lisa says, I felt the energy balancing and flowing. So that's good.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad you can feel it. Right on. That's what I want to hear. Thank you for the feedback. So we're just going to get centered into our bodies and just get just prepare the ground for the healing. Okay. So everybody just close your eyes. We're going to take some deep breaths in. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Much like the waves of the ocean. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And just do a couple more breaths. You know, most of you are probably centered already just because of our last exercise, but I really like the breaths like the waves of the ocean. They just seem to calm the mind down. Okay, so deep breath in, deep breath out. Now I want you to just bring your energy in to you. Bring it in till you see a beautiful ball of light in your heart space. And just feel that beautiful ball of light. That's you. That's your energy. But keep breathing like waves of the ocean, and you're going to just bring that beautiful ball of light down your spine, down your body, down into your hips, down through your legs, and down and into through your feet and into the earth. And I want you to watch that energy spread out like the roots of the tree. You are a part of the earth. It is a part of you. Now bring that energy back up through the roots, through your feet, up, 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 up through your legs and up into your hips. And now just hang out here at your tailbone. So just keep breathing. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now on your next inhale, I want you to visualize as you exhale, you're going to expand that light out and it's going to get bigger kind of like a balloon, but you're going to go bigger than a balloon because you are bigger. Take a deep breath in, blow it out. Take another deep breath in, blow it out. Expand further, expand even further. Take another deep breath in and go even further. Now, if you need one more breath, go ahead to do one more breath. It's totally fine. Some people need to do it a couple of times, and that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So just feel where you're at.
Cherise,
How far are you?
can you talk a little bit louder? My volume is all the way up and I'm having a hard time hearing. I don't know if anybody else is, but if you could speak a little bit closer to your mic, that would be awesome. Then we can hear you.
I'll bring it closer.
That would be great.
Okay. Sorry, there was a comment there.
Oh, they're just asking if they can catch the replay. So yeah, they're good.
Okay, yes. All right. Is that better? Can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Okay, so just take a couple deep breaths in and expand that energy out again from your tailbone. And just feel that feeling. Feel what it feels like to be expanded out. Okay, so where does the sun's energy end and where does your energy begin? Or does it? Is there a beginning? Is there an end? And just feel that. You are part of the sun. The sun is a part of you. You are part of the earth. You are part of the atmosphere. You are part of all the planes of existence. You're part of the mineral realm, part of the vegetation, the plants, the animals, the protein, the fats, the minerals. You're part of all of it. Just feel that beautiful. Just take a minute. I want you to kind of just imprint it into your cells. And you can feel that wonderful feeling. You can come back to that feeling as well. It's a pretty simple meditation. Anybody can do this. So feel that feeling. To be a part of oneness. And I just want you to pay attention. Does that list of things that you need to get done today, does it even really exist? Does it even really matter in this state? Mine doesn't. And just breathe. Keep breathing. Just feel it. And then I want you just to pay attention to maybe you had a fight with your spouse the other night. Does that really matter when you're in this space? No, it doesn't. Maybe somebody said something that was unkind to you, or maybe you had a little fender bender on your way to work. Maybe your kids got the flu and you have a whole house to clean up. The scenarios are real. Most people have been through them. But when you're in this state, in this quantum state, how does that feel? Do those things really, really matter anymore? They kind of just disappear, like they're there, but they're not really priorities and important. They're not something that my brain needs to think about. So I just think it's cool to be in this energy. So that's why I keep you here. So this is the quantum state, is a very powerful state that that's where a lot of changes happen. A lot of healing takes place in the quantum state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into my theta brainwave. And while all you guys are still in the quantum state, we're going to witness some healings take place in your bodies, okay? So I'm going to ask usually questions, but agency will always be a part of healing, part of life. So if you feel like, ooh, this doesn't resonate, I don't feel like it just feels kind of gross, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept anything that I speak. But just know that I don't always understand the things that come to me. So I just speak them. And I'll find out and I understand later on. So a lot of times I'll be prompted to heal something or with the client. No idea why this is coming up, but this is what I just put it out there. And then a lot of times we find out later why that was supposed to change or take place in their body. So just be aware of that. You don't have to say yes, though. Sometimes I ask and sometimes I just witness it happen because most people's consciousnesses are saying yes, they want the healing, they want it. So, but just know you don't have to accept any type of healing that you don't want to. This is your journey. This is your experience. I'm just here to help you. And I am not the healer. It is between you and your creator. So let's get back into our quantum bodies. Take deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Please talk loud with the meditation. Okay, I'm going to bring it closer to my mouth. Now we're really up close and personal. Sorry. Okay, so can you guys hear me? Much better. Okay. So I'm just going to hold it here. So take some deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And I'm going to make the commands. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that. So actually first I want you just to put your hand on your heart with your eyes closed and just feel what needs to be healed. What are we working on? What traumas are still stuck in your body? What is your heart still broken? Because a lot of times the heart doesn't always heal on its own. It needs help. Just like the pieces of the pottery needs someone to pick it up, put it back together, glue it. Our hearts do too. So just touch your heart. Go into your body. What needs to be healed? If you want to write it down, write it down. What are you working on? And just feel. Maybe you lost someone dear to you many, many years ago. And the heart can heal, but sometimes those wounds are still there. Maybe you've gone through a divorce. Maybe you've been rejected by family members, by your tribe, on your road to sovereignty. Maybe you've lost a child. Maybe, who knows? Everyone has a different experience. So just feel what you need. Okay. And when you have that kind of pinpointed, written down, I'm going to start the healing now. So just take some deep breaths in. And sometimes I yawn during my healings. It's not that I'm not bored of you guys. Just know that it's just energy flowing. Some people laugh, some people cry, some people sneeze, some people burp, it's just the flow of energy. Just let it go. It's okay. There's no right or wrong answer. Everybody heals differently. So deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And I'm going to clear, we're going to ask the Creator of all it is, it is commanded that you clear the shock and trauma of whatever incident that took place that broke each individual's heart that is here today. And so it is done. Show me. And now let's ask that the Creator of all that is bring unconditional love and light into the heart space of every individual, every participant that is here now and that is in the future going to be watching this. And we're going to ask that unconditional love and light heal the broken hearts of those that are present. And so it is done. Show me. And just watch what happens in your mind, or what are you feeling? Pay attention to those feelings. We'll discuss them afterwards. It's okay. Beautiful. Now we're going to just make the command, Creator of all that is, it is commanded that if there were any pieces or soul fragments, pieces of their broken hearts or soul fragments that were left behind in whatever situation that they experienced, we're going to ask that those be restored and returned to these individuals in the highest and best for them. Let's rinse them clean in Creator's love and light and restore them back. And I'm just going to witness that. And so it is done. Thank you. And let's show these individuals what it feels like to be whole, and that they are safe and worthy to be whole, and how to be whole and how to move forward with this wholeness within their hearts and within their souls. And we're going to ask that you show them that they are safe and worthy to heal and to continue their journeys on this earth. And so it is done. Show me. Let's clear any fear of sometimes we're very honorable beings, and sometimes we give pieces of our heart to our loved ones that pass away, or we leave pieces of ourselves behind in a situation so that the memory will stay there, which is beautiful. Beautiful souls that we are, that we do this. So let's just honor those that don't want to take those pieces back, because they're there for a purpose. And let's show them that they are safe and worthy to receive those back. And let's show them that their love can stay without having the pieces of them left behind. Can we do that? And so it is done. Show me. And now let's call the remaining pieces of our heart back to us and restore them back to us in the highest and best for every individual that is on this, participating in this call, and all those that will participate in the future. Can we remove the belief that I have to give my heart away to show love? Can we do that? Is that okay? And let's restore it with I can give love, or replace it with I can give love without giving pieces of myself away. And so it is done. Show me. And let's show you what it feels like to be whole, and how to walk, and how to move, and how to be a human on this earth while still being whole. show you that you're safe and worthy to be whole at all times and in all things and in all places. And so it is done. Show me. So let's just check in. How's everybody feeling? You can wiggle your toes. Come back into your body. Take some nice, deep, cleansing breaths in. Sometimes you will feel these healings for a couple days, a couple weeks afterwards. And that's beautiful. Everyone's healing. Everyone's cells heal at different rates. And so some people are really quick. Some people, it takes a little bit of time. So that's perfect. We all heal at our own rate. And that's how it's supposed to be. So how did everybody do? How did you feel? You can open up your mics. You can ask questions. If there's something still stuck in there, we can dive back in. This is kind of just a check-in. How's
Cherise,
everybody doing?
that was amazing. That was, I'm going to go first. And if you guys want to share and tell us what your experience was, feel free to do that. So, wow, that was really powerful for me. I don't know if any of you guys on here know, but I had a heart attack, a full-on massive 100% blockage of the main LAD artery in my heart last year, almost to the year ago, next month. And, or in a month and a half from now. And so as I went into that meditation and asked my heart, I literally pictured myself just holding my heart in my hands. And I was like, oh, you sweet thing. And I was just talking to it as if it was a baby, and held it in my hands. And I asked it what it needed and what it wanted and where's the wounding. I went through a lot of emotional trauma a year ago and shut my heart down, literally shut it down. And so for me, this was very expanding and profound to listen to my heart and to hear what it wanted. And what it really wanted was to just open back up again, to go into that expansive space again and feel safe enough to do that without all the rejection and the shaming and the shunning and all of those, things that come with wounding of the heart. And so this was very healing for me, very cathartic, I let go of a lot, and I was able to kind of expand that space out and just hold it in my hands as you were working through the things that you were sharing. So thank you. This was really, really healing for me. I felt it.
So cool.
Yeah.
If you look at the diagram of the blood vessels that go from the heart up to the brain and from the brain down to the heart, it looks like fingers coming down from the brain and holding the heart.
Yeah.
And then it also looks the same. It looks like fingers coming up and holding the brain. It's so beautiful how we are, our bodies are like perfectly engineered. So I love that you use that metaphor that you are holding your heart, because really, cognitively, we are.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for
Anybody else?
sharing that. It was
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else want to be vulnerable and share what they got from it, what they experienced? Lisa says, I felt my biggest shift when I heard the release betrayal energy from my heart. Wow.
Wow.
It's really big.
That's huge. That's
Betrayal
awesome.
is so painful.
It is.
I found it very interesting, as I've been working on my sexual self from sexual abuse. And when I put my hand on my heart, I didn't really expect to hear anything. However, what came to me was heal my sexual integrity. That was very profound, and heal the vibrational frequency of my sexual energy. So that was really cool.
Very cool. That's
Very
profound.
So does it feel like that healing took place? Tell me, Lynn.
I feel that it's not quite finished. However, it gives me a place that I can go now and look into. Something that I didn't even know was there before. So thank you. I really do appreciate it.
You opened a
You're
door.
welcome.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Thank
Mhm.
you. Sarah says,
Do we have?
I have frustration and resentment that came up. It feels like it's stuck.
Okay, stuck energy. Maybe let's dive into that, Sarah, if that's okay. So just get centered again. So take some deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And while you're getting centered, I'm just going to ask a few questions through my brainwave, through my theta. So just keep breathing. Okay, so I'm sensing that it's almost like I have to hold on to the hurt, and I have to hold on to the wounding to remember or to pass down the memory of the hurt. Sometimes we do that, or with generational stuff, it's just human nature. So does that kind of sound like what it feels like? Just kind of tap into it, Sarah.
It does. I have been working on a lot of generational stuff, especially with my mom and my mom's side.
Okay.
Yeah, it does feel like that. It's like a fear and resentment that I can't, I don't know, speak or live my truth. I have to hide who I really am. And not just like who I really am, who I want to be, and also who I have been. Does that make any sense?
Is it safe to be who you really are?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, so not always then.
No.
Do you want to release it? Are you ready to?
I would love to.
Okay. So I'm just gonna tap in and just see where we can go with this. Hold on. So creator of all that is, it is commanded that you show Sarah that it is safe, and Sarah's ancestors, because it feels like there's some generational stuff in here as well too. So let's just ask that you show Sarah and her ancestors that it is safe to release and to let this go. Is that okay? Now you can say yes in your mind, you can say yes in your heart, or you can just allow it to flow, whatever you'd like. And then let's ask, let's just clear the fear. Can I just witness the fear disappearing and clearing, being sent to God's light? And let's just allow the creator of all that is to show you and your ancestors how to live without the fear and how to look at your stuff without fear. Can we do that?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so now let's ask the creator of all that is to, let's remove the belief that I have to hold on to the memory. I have to hold on to the pain and the suffering to allow, to protect my DNA and to, so that I can be validated. Can we remove that belief? Is that okay?
Yes.
And can we allow the creator of all that is to show you what it feels like to let go, that you're safe and worthy to let go? And let's honor the hurt. Let's go back to your ancestors and to your family and to you, and whatever hurt that took place, can we ask that the creator of all that is show you that what happened shouldn't have happened and that it was wrong? And can we show you that the creator of all that is validates your hurt and the pain and suffering that you and your family have gone through? Is that okay?
Yes.
Just breathe. And now let's just ask, creator of all that is, can we ask that Sarah show her how to heal, that she's safe and worthy to heal, that she no longer needs to hold on to the hurt. And so it is done. Show me. And just watch it heal, feel it heal. Can you feel it heal now? Is it possible to?
Yes.
Yeah. So just breathe. So what we did, we don't have to really redo it. What we did, it'll just kind of take place, because if you've already said yes to it, even if the changes and the healing doesn't take place, it will in the future when you're ready, when we release those blocks. So, so just breathe through it. Keep breathing through it. And we're going to check in with you in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else have any comments or?
Yeah, we have Angela shared a really cute comment. I thought this was cute. She said, I felt the energy move greatly within the group as the meditation started and continued. When energy moves, I yawn. When it moves fast in great amounts, I feel like I'm starving. She said, needless to say, I'm eating dark chocolate right now on my second bar. So I said, I wish that she could share.
That's great. Actually, you know what? When you were in the theta brainwave, and because I was in the theta brainwave, all of you were there too. So it just kind of happens. You use a lot of magnesium, and a lot of times you will crave dark chocolate afterwards. That is so normal, and it's a good job. Way to heal. That's awesome. That's so good.
Alicia,
okay, any other comments?
Yeah, Alicia says, I really resonated with not giving my whole heart away in order to get love back. I hold resentment for the things that I do in order to maintain love past my boundaries. There's something still sticky there. Can't hear you. We lost your audio.
Sorry, my home phone started to ring, so I had to turn it off. So I'm back. Alicia, let me just read that one more time, okay? I do in order to maintain love.
A little bit of clinging going on.
Yeah, can I just take a look into you, Alicia? Is that okay if I scan you and just see where we can go with this? Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so my resentment keeps me safe. Can you muscle test yourself that, or
Yeah.
just a big yes? Okay. So, and that's very normal.
Hi.
This is what.
Hi.
This is as humans to protect ourselves and to protect our DNA. I'm going to resent that person that hurt me so that I don't get hurt again. And I'm going to teach my children how to resent. I mean, if you go back to, my ancestors come from Scotland, and the clans used to fight and war with each other. They were all brothers. And that's basically what they would do. They would hold on to those resentments. So my mom is very Scottish. She's a MacArthur, which means older than the hills. But she took her grudges to the grave, man. get on her bad side because she'd hate you forever. There was no forgiveness. There was no nothing. So that's very, very normal. Depending on where your ancestry comes from, we hold a lot of beliefs that our ancestors gave to us to protect our DNA. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little scan and just see where we can go to help you to release this. Is that okay? Okay. Okay, so let's honor the resentment that you're holding on to keep you safe, and let's honor the ancestors that gave you these programs to keep you safe and to keep the next generation safe. Let's show you. Let's ask that the creator of all it is show you how to live without resentment. Is that possible? Is it possible to live without resentment? What would that look like? What would that feel like? Okay, so now the possibilities there. Let's just ask that the creator of all that is will, let's just send the healing down the line. Let's just send unconditional love to the ancestors, and let's remove any shock and trauma that they're holding on to. And let's release it, send it to God's light, and let's send a healing to their hearts and show them that they are safe and worthy to heal and move forward. And let's remove the belief that my resentments keep me safe. Can we do that? Is that okay? Yeah, that was a good one. And let's remove the belief that I have to have resentment to live, to breathe. Resentment is a part of me. Can we remove that belief? Is that okay? And let's give you some new downloads. Let's show you what it feels like to live without resentment. And let's replace resentment with forgiveness. And let's show you what it means. Let's give you God's creator's definition of forgiveness and what that means and what that looks like and how to, let's just show you how to frankly forgive. Show you how to and when to, and that you're safe and worthy to frankly forgive. Can we do that? Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. You're still releasing, but just kind of just breathe through it and just kind of pay attention to what's coming up in your body, okay? Was there, see how that goes, and then I want you to comment back. Same with Sarah too. Just kind of, we'll just check in, okay? Awesome. Was there any other comments or questions or things that feel stuck with anybody else?
Tammy, go ahead.
I thank you so much, Cherise, for this amazing healing session. I've struggled a lot to understand the pain and the healing that I have needed to go through around the subject of being able to heal my heart. And I've noticed the last week or so that I've had a lot of just like heart strain. And I recognize that as there is some healing going on still. Stuff has come up, and I don't think I have heart problems or anything. I actually went to the doctor a couple months ago to have myself checked, and they told me it was emotional. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'm definitely not physically challenged. I have a very healthy, strong heart, but I recognized it as the healing that's going on within me. But as I was just going through this session with you, and as you were guiding all of us, I really resonated with just your gentle, compassionate, sensitive, loving voice, and just being able to hear that in you, it just really stirred something inside of me. that helped me to realize that a lot of what I go through is that there are a lot of just mean, uncompassionate, cruel people out there, and I feel that, and I take that on a lot, and it hurts. So it was really nice to be able to just feel the opposite of that coming through you and your gentle, loving, compassionate voice. And I really, really appreciated that, and having the chance to recognize what it is that I'm struggling with. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. It sounds kind of like you're a bit of an empath and that you feel a lot. And it is hard. It's hard with this world can be a very cruel world if that is the perception glasses that we put on in the morning. So just Janet says this all the time, and I love it. I've adopted it into my my life, that hurt people hurt people. Most people walking around are hurting, and that's why they are hurting others. So when we feel that, when we feel those unkind words or those, grouchy people, it's really easy to take that in, especially if you're an empath. Empaths suck. They suck in the energy of others and the pain and the suffering of others, and it hurts. So for an exercise that you can do, I used to do this too, is now instead of sucking in energy, what would it be like is if you did this exercise in the morning where you, the sun steps into you and you step into the sun, and then I want you just to radiate light. Just radiate light to them. You can't heal them. As empaths, we think that we can heal the world. We can't. It is not us that heals. It is the Creator. It is Christ. It is God. It is oneness. Their maker will heal them, not you. But you can facilitate and send unconditional love to them. Unconditional love is what heals. And it's not your unconditional love. It is unconditional love from the Creator. So sometimes I'll visualize the light coming through my crown and then out through my heart, and I just send it to their hearts, because everybody needs their heart healed. And when you
Cherise.
hug people, can you hear me?
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
When you hug people, it just radiates, it flows, and then you're not taking on other people's stuff too. Sorry, Janet, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to add to that, because I love that metaphor so much. And I tell this to people all the time, is that don't be a sponge, be the sun. And it's a simple metaphor, but if you can just latch onto that metaphor, get into your body, expand out and radiate out, like Cherise said, it will help you so much, because when you are a sponge, you're absorbing everybody's gunk. And it's like, the sun doesn't sit up there in the universe and absorb all the darkness so that we can have light. It pierces the darkness and it shines. And so if we can just be the sun instead of a sponge, it will remedy a lot of problems that empaths have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then one other thing that came into my mind, I'm sorry, I've forgotten who just spoke to us.
Tammy.
Yeah,
Tammy, sweetie. It just popped into my mind that you might need some coenzyme Q10 for your heart. It is good for the heart. So if your body can handle that, I would just start with a low dose, supplementing some of that. Okay?
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time. What was that?
It's called coenzyme Q10.
Okay, thank you.
It's good for your heart. Okay. You're welcome. Okay, so there was some other comments. Hold on.
Yeah, there's a couple more comments. Edith said that when we were going through it, she felt sadness in her heart. I don't know if that's still there. Give us a thumbs up or let us know, Edith, if you felt like that processed.
Yeah, how you feeling now, Edith? You can open your mic and talk with us. Still there? Okay. So can I just do a scan and just see if there's anything I can do to help you with that? Is that all right? Okay. Did you have someone die? Someone very close to you? No, okay. For some reason it feels like it almost feels like a bereavement, like it is very, very sad, like very heavy-hearted. Let me just ask a few more questions. Hold on. Okay, so I'm picking up a few different things with you, Edith. It's like it seems like you're empathic as well too. So if your best friend loses someone, you feel that very, very deeply for that person. And if someone in your family is hurting, you hurt with them. You're super, super empathic. And so it's not even yours. So I want you to just hold your heart. And I want you just to feel into it and just ask your body, is this mine? Does this belong to me? Does this hurt belong to me? And what comes to you? Does it feel like your stuff or does it feel like somebody else's stuff?
Edith says it's not mine.
Not yours. Okay. So can we just honor your soul and you being the empath and taking on other people's stuff to help them heal? Can we honor that in you, in your body? Is that okay? Allow the creator of all that is to show you unconditional love for stepping into that role. Is that all right? Okay, can we allow the creator of all that is to show you that how to release other people's stuff and how to give it to him? Because when we take other people's stuff, their pain and their suffering, does it really help them? Does it help us? No, it'll make you sick, sweetheart. You don't want to hold on to that other people's stuff. But so I'm going to give you some tools and show you how to deal with this. Okay. So we're going to ask that the creator of all that is remove the belief that I have to help other people by holding on to their stuff and holding on to their pain and their hurt and their suffering. Can we do that? Is that okay? And we're going to show you, let's give you a download and show you how to release other people's stuff, how to be a conduit, how to take other people's stuff, but then how to send it up to God. I'm going to show you how to do that so you can still stay in that gift, that beautiful empathic person that you are. Take their stuff, but let's build some chords in your brain and show your brain how to do this, how to just automatically release it and send it up to God. Okay, so I'm just going to witness that. And can we remove the belief that I have to store other people's hurt and pain to honor their suffering and to honor my suffering? Can we do that? Is that okay? There we go. Okay, and let's ask the creator of all that is to, I'm just going to witness all the pain and suffering that you are holding on to in your heart. I'm just going to witness this being honored and witnessed and sent to God's light. Okay, so just breathe through it. It's going to feel maybe a little bit warm, maybe a little bit tingly. Just breathe, okay? Wow. That was beautiful. Well done. Good job. It's still releasing a bit. There's still some stuff coming off, but that just tap into that. Does that feel lighter? Does it feel better? Much better. Okay. So just be aware of that. So as an empath, you might just, because of habit, you might just start doing it again and taking on people's stuff. And that's okay, right? So just check in with yourself. Hold on to your heart. Is this mine? Does it belong to me? Does it feel like my stuff? No. So just, and one of the things that I like to do before I go to town, because I am an empathic person and I live in a small town, and I usually meet somebody in the grocery store that I know, and we chat and I, listen to their troubles, grocery store therapy, right? I say a prayer before I go into town, and there's two main things that I ask. So if I'm feeling particularly sensitive, which is usually around like a full moon, or during my moon cycle, I will ask for two specific things. So one is that creator of all that is, it is commanded that you clear my energetic pathway, because I'm so sensitive that I will pick up, if someone was sitting at the doctor's office in a chair and they were worried about their cancer treatments, right? I'll sit down on that chair and I'll start thinking, cancer treatments, I'm really worried about that. And I'm like, I don't even have cancer. What are you talking about, Cherise? I have to do this. So I will clear my energetic pathway, number one. Number two, I will ask that the creator of all that is show me the difference between my stuff and somebody else's, so that I can just say, oh, I can be empathic, I can be compassionate, I can show unconditional love, but I don't have to hold it in here, because in here, I need this space to be clean and clear for my babies and for my family. You don't want to store other people's stuff and then try and, it's like trying to pour water with a broken vessel continually. You cannot fill up the other people's vessels in your family that need you when you are broken, continually broken. Okay. So heal so you can fill theirs, but allow everybody else's stuff to just flow. Okay. Does that help? Does that help, Edith? Do you notice a difference?
Edith says, yes. I feel like we're out of time. We had a couple of other people. We had a comment from Corrine and from Bambi, still feeling some stuckness. So try to go back and watch the replay and do this again when you get the replay. I'll post it this afternoon, but try to go back and watch that. If you still feel like you need further help, then you can reach out to either Cherise or myself, and we can help you. Let's see. Kelly says, I think there are only 3 to 4 men here. Getting away from work is hard. Ideal on a more task completed way and not so much a feel good. I did feel the energy and it moved. Interesting. I do laugh and yawn during a session. This was a fun session. So thank you. Thank you, Cherise. I'm going to give you the final word and then we'll say goodbye to everybody. It's 1:15. So I'm just going to let you wrap things up. Share your final takeaways, and then we'll say our goodbyes.
So just this isn't something, this is not, it's not something that you have to just do once and then you're healed and you're completely done. There are levels and layers to us and our souls and our hurt and our pain and our suffering. So if you can just continue to heal your heart, you will be made whole. Like, continue to do that. Continue to go back and listen to this and all of other Janet's other classes. They're so healing. Okay. So just in conclusion, we're all created with the possibility that we might be broken. Luckily, we have the source that created us. And it is also the source that can mend our broken hearts. So in this Eastern culture, they find the beauty in imperfection. So these cracks it's beautiful to them. So a lot of times we hide our scars. Don't hide your scars. When you've been healed, not necessarily that you have to show them off, but there are other people that can find healing in your healing journey as well too. So share that. Let those beautiful cracks that have been healed, let them continue to, let them show, let people see that. All of us will develop scars. But if we embrace the beauty of the gold-filled cracks, then we will fulfill the measure of our creation, basically. Is, I don't know. Any other thoughts? This has been a fun class as I've tried to prepare for it, and there's so much. I think I could go on for another couple classes and teach it. It's such a broad topic, but just continue to heal. Your hearts are beautiful. And the fact that every single one of you was here today is amazing. And those in the future that will watch the replay, do it over and over again.
Agreed.
I think that's all.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Cherise. Thank you
Amen.
for your wisdom. Thank you for your compassion and your love. And you are an amazing, gifted healer. And so I really appreciate you holding space for us to have this exercise and this experience today. Hopefully you guys can go watch the replay of it over and over and experience even more levels of the healing of your heart. It really is important. It does matter so that we can have more self-love and so that we can flow God's love and spill that out everywhere we go. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you get to experience deeper levels of healing as you are on your own journey and you're doing your inner work. So good job, you guys. Take care. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next week. Bye.